Think about the last time you trusted someone too fast. That blinding, instant connection. That feeling that you had finally found the one person who truly saw you. And then they pulled the rug out. It hurt worse than any stranger could have hurt you. But here is the shocking truth. It wasn't their betrayal that blinded you. It was your own best quality. You were betrayed not by a lack of judgment, but by a flaw in your empathy. The psychological phenomenon we call the empty chair effect. You are here because you are a high empathy person. You process the world not just through fact, but through feeling. And that is a powerful gift. But research into theory of mind shows that your gift has a critical vulnerability. Our minds are built to simulate the inner life of others. You put yourself in their shoes. You feel what they feel. This is how we connect. But when you meet someone new, you run a test. You ask, if I were in their position with this new connection, would I hurt them? Because your answer is always no. You'd never do that. You believe their answer must be the same. You trust your simulation of the person, not the person standing in front of you. You are creating an ideal and then trusting the ideal. And when they eventually act selfishly, you don't see a flaw in their character. You see an impossibility. This is where the trust process breaks. Your mind, in its rush for comfort, skips the hardest part of the equation. You don't just feel their sadness. You feel your own sadness reflected through their story. And the moment that sadness is shared, your brain hits the trust button because the threat of isolation has been neutralized. But the actual process of betrayal, the planning, the malice, the indifference, that takes mental effort. Your empathetic mind won't run that simulation. Why? Because you couldn't conceive of hurting them after what was shared. So your brain concludes they couldn't either. You are judging a complex person by your own, simpler, benevolent set of rules. You've let them into the innermost chamber of your mind, but only allowed your own moral code to be the guard. The simulation error is a flaw of goodness, but it leads us directly to the second crisis, confusing emotional sharing with ethical alignment. Think about those intense late-night conversations. You lay out your soul, they lay out theirs. Feel the bond strengthen, chemically, instantly. What is the difference between sharing a traumatic secret and sharing a value like honesty? One is a transaction of emotion. The other is a deeply ingrained moral framework. A manipulator can weaponize their own vulnerability. They can disclose a deep trauma, not because they trust you, but because they know your high empathy will make you feel obligated to protect and trust them. This is the cognitive shortcut. The depth of their secret gives you the illusion of the depth of their character. You've mixed up two entirely different things. And this leads us to the most defining and visually arresting moment of this entire psychological phenomenon, the moment of collapse. This is the emotional bomb. The betrayal happens and you are devastated. But the core of the devastation isn't what they did. It's the cognitive shock. You look at them and you think, who are you? Where is the person I confided in? Where is the person who understood me? You are not reacting to the true person, the person who just walked away. You are reacting to the sudden, violent evaporation of the simulation you created in your mind. The idealized self you trusted is gone. You see them, but your mind registers an empty chair where the ideal soulmate, the trusted confidant, the non-judgmental friend should have been sitting. And that empty chair is a void of your own making, built from your own best intentions. The shock is real, but to protect ourselves, we need to understand the function this error serves. This brings us to the most painful revelation. Why do we allow this simulation error to happen? Because the process of discernment is terrifying. Scrutinizing someone, looking for the red flags, being guarded, it requires sustained, painful emotional labor. It means accepting the risk of loneliness. For the highly empathetic, trusting quickly is an emotional anesthetic. It's a mental shortcut that says, I will eliminate the anxiety of future betrayal now by simply assuming it won't happen. The quick trust is an avoidance mechanism. You'd rather take the sudden, sharp, known pain of a quick betrayal then endure the prolonged, exhausting psychological fatigue of being skeptical for 6 months straight. So how do we fix this? How do we keep our empathy, but learn to trust the person, not the simulation? The solution isn't to be less empathetic. It's to broaden your simulation. Stop asking, could I hurt them? And start asking, could they hurt me? And why would they? Force your mind to run the betrayal scenario, not to be cynical, but to be complete. Real trust is built on consistency, not intensity. Trust is earned in the small, boring moments. When they say they'll call at 5 o'clock, and they call at 5 o'clock, not in the emotional peaks. Your empathy is a beautiful superpower. Don't let it be a vulnerability. Trust the real chair, not the empty one built from your own benevolent light. This is a hard topic. It forces us to look at the pain we inflict on ourselves. But remember, you are not designed to survive without connection. I want to know, have you ever experienced the empty chair effect, where you realized you were trusting the ideal, not the person? Share your story, or just the word simulation, in the comments below. We read every one. If this video helped you name your pain, hit the like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the psychology of modern life. Until next time, be safe and be well.